Hi everyone! I hope you had a good week. This is your technique video for the week, and it's actually our last technique video before our recital this Saturday. How exciting! So, since our recital is coming up, I'm going to be going over the 3 songs that we have suggested for the recital. And I'm saying we have suggested because some of you came to us with other pieces, and if we said those are okay, they're absolutely fine. But these are some that we think that would be really good to show off some of the skills that we've learned in this half of the year. So those songs are on page 20, number 90, Nelly Bly, on page 17, number 78, Long Long Ago, and on page 21, 94, Thoughts of You. These are all from String Builder, and they might seem a little out of order, number-wise, but this is the order that we learned them, so that's the order that I'm going to go through them today. So starting with number 90 on page 20, Nelly Bly. We spent a really long time on Nelly Bly when we were in class together, and I know it's been a while since we've played it, but if that was a song that you really liked playing, this would be a great pick for you. In this song, if we remember, this is when we learned about our low 2s, or our second fingers, to put them next to our first finger. So that's why we have a lot of F naturals and a lot of C naturals in Nelly Bly. Let's sing it together to remind ourselves what it sounds like. So we're starting on what note? First finger, E on the D string. But we're just singing right now. E. 1, 2, ready, sing. E, F natural, G, E, F natural, G, E, F natural, G, A, D, F natural, E, F natural, G, G, A, B, C natural, C natural, B, C natural, D, B, C natural. Second line, E, C natural, C natural, C natural, A, G, E, G, D, F natural, E, F natural, G, A, B, C natural, C natural, B, C natural, D, B, C natural. Awesome. So maybe some of our memories are coming back of the things that we worked on with this song. Think about it for a second. What were some of the things that we worked on with this song? One thing that I'll say is we see now that in measures 3 and the third measure on the second line as well, and the second to last measure of the whole song, there are slurs. But did we use slurs when we learned the song originally? No. So today I'm not going to be using slurs, and I'm going to do it the way that we learned it. But if you want to go ahead and show us your slur skills during the recital, that's awesome. But something else that we did. So we have dotted half notes in this song. How many beats does a dotted half note get? 3 beats. So in the middle of that first and second line, and at the end of the lines, we have to make sure we hold those notes out for 3 whole beats. I've already said we have our low 2s and 2s up next to our first fingers. And we worked a lot on those second to last measures. So I want to play that second to last measure together before we run through it. So listen once, I'm talking about the so remind yourself of the pattern. 1, 2, close to my 1, 3, 1, 2. So we have skips and steps in this pattern. Let's get up into position. Check your wrists, check your fingers. Are they curved? Is your wrist flat? No pizza holding, no platter holding. Check your bow hand. Pinky's on top, curved. Or for my cellos, it's over. But everyone has their thumb bent, and the rest of the fingers are hanging over, definitely. So those second to last measures, starting with our first finger B. B, C natural, D, B, C natural. 1, 2, ready, play. Did you hold that last note for 3 beats? Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, ready, play. Awesome. So glad we reminded ourselves of that. What's something else really special about Nelly Bly? Look at the first and second line. What do they have in common? The first half of the first line and the second half of the second line. Oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. The second half of the first line and the second half of the second line are almost exactly the same. What's the one thing that's different? Let me say it again because I messed up the first time. The second half of the first line and the second half of the second line are exactly the same except for one thing. What is it? In the second, we'll count from the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, where we have our E, F natural G. The G is a half note the second time we have it, where it's 2 quarter notes the first time. There's also a slur in the second to last measure on the second line, but we're not going to do that anyway. That's only if you're adding those in yourself. All right, now that we've gone over and reminded ourselves of everything, let's give Nelly Bly a shot together. So let's get up in position. If you're going to play this at the recital, you check your position. You'd say, is my wrist straight? Are my fingers curved? I've got my first finger down already on D. Got my bow on the string and I'm checking my bow hand. My thumb is bent, my pinky is curved, my other fingers are hanging over. Before you play, make sure you remind yourself of all those things we just went over. Our low twos that we're going to be using, the dotted half notes, and remind yourself that the second half of the first line is almost exactly the same as the second half of the second line. All right. 1, 2, ready, play. 2, 3, retake. 2, 3. Good. Did you freeze? Especially when you're performing, you're going to freeze. Then you're going to put your instrument down and give us a bow. How did that go? If you need to play it a couple more times, no worries. Remember, that's why this is perfect. That's a YouTube video, because you can go back and play it with me as many times as you want. Something I forgot to mention is there is a retake at the end of the first line. So just retake and get back to the frog for our second line. Awesome. Let's move on to page 17, number 78, Long, Long Ago. This is a song that we've learned together virtually, right, through these videos. And this song showcases our slurs. Look at the long, long ago. Are we using high twos and threes or low twos and twos? Do we see natural signs? Do we see nothing at all? Do we see sharps, flats? Yes, we see sharps, F sharps specifically. So our twos are going to live next to our threes. And cellos, we're going to use our threes. Okay. What kind of slurs do we have in Long, Long Ago? 2-note slurs, 3-note slurs, 4-note slurs, 2-note slurs. And what type of bow do these slurs occur on? A down bow or an up bow? On our up bows. All right. And if we remember in Long, Long Ago, there are a bunch of retakes. In the middle of the first and second line, there are retakes where we have to get back to the frog. Let's sing Long, Long Ago to remind ourselves of all of that and to get the notes in our head. So this is our open D we're starting on. D. 1, 2, ready, sing. D, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, A, F sharp, retake. A, G, F sharp, E, G, F sharp, E, D, 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 E, F sharp, G, A, B, A, F sharp, retake. A, C, F sharp, E, F sharp, E, D. What else do we remember about this song now after singing it? So we can see that the first half of the first line, first half of the second line are exactly the same. The second half of the first line and the second half of the second line are really similar, except there's no whole note E in the second line, right? And we just skip to the second half of the second to last measure of the first line. A little confusing, but we can see that they're super similar. We also have that really long note at the end. You need to make sure you hold that note for its entire value. How long, how many beats do you hold that note for? So you have a whole note plus a half note. Whole note gets and half note gets. So we put them together and we get 6 whole beats. And while that long note is really important, so are all the other half notes. I don't want to hear just a quarter note and then a rest and then our slurs. You need to make sure you're holding every note for its full value. All right, let's give this one a try together. Just like before, when I'm about to play, acting like it's the recital, checking my posture, checking my bow hand. I don't have to start with any fingers down. And I'm reminding myself of all those things we just talked about. Our F sharps, our up bow 2-note slurs, the retakes that I'm going to have to do, and holding out the full values of the notes. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready, play. Retake. 2, 3, 4. Rest. Retake. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Freeze. Did you freeze? Then you're going to put your instrument down and take a bow. How did that go? Again, if you need to play it a few more times, which you should if you're getting ready for this Saturday, just go back in the video and play it with me again. Right? But make sure you also practice playing it by yourself because I'm not going to be playing with you on Saturday. If you have any extra questions, maybe I missed something, don't be afraid to send me an email and let me know. But for right now, let's move on to number 94 on page 21. Thoughts of you. Look at thoughts of you. What kind of 2s are we using? High 2s and 3s or low 2s and 2s? Kind of a trick question. For the most part, we're using our low 2s. Whenever we play a C, it's a C natural. So it's going to be living close to our B. But in the third to last measure, what do we have? An F sharp. That's the only time we play an F in the song, and it has to be sharp. It has to be really nice and close to our G. So we're going to have to use our high 2s and 3s only for that note. Otherwise, we're using our low 2 for C natural. What's something else in this piece? We have dotted half notes, which we already know get how many beats? 3. We just use those in Nelly Bly. And we have slurs. What kind of slurs do we have? 2-note slurs, 3-note slurs, 4-note slurs? Right, 3-note slurs. And do they occur only on one type of bow? No, they occur on our down bows and up bows. Awesome. No retakes in this one, but we do have a couple skips that we have to be careful of. If we remember going to the third and fourth measure, our B to D, we have that C natural to A, all within the slur, and then at the end of the line, do we see our A to D? It's It's a big skip. Let's sing it. See if we can remind ourselves of anything else. That's our B, where we have to start with the first finger down. B. 1, ready, sing. B, 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 A, B, D, C natural A, D, C natural B, 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 A, B, D, C natural A, B, C natural E, D, F sharp, G. So the ending is a little different for cellos and violas, but I'm going to play the violin part today. I meant to say that before for Nelly Bly, and it was a little different too. Same notes though, just in a different octave. All right, so now we see that we have to go on the E string at one point, and that skip, almost a leap actually, from our D to F sharp, we have to really make sure to practice that. So actually, let's practice that with separate bows right now. Play, get in good position, and go. D, F sharp. 1, ready, play. One more time, ready, play. Good. Let's add that E. I'm going to do what it's going to sound like for violins. Separate bows right now. 1, ready, play. Good. One more time, separate. Ready, play. Good. Find the measure before that to start in our down bow slur. It's going to sound like this. Make sure you rock your bow from the E string to the A string and then to our D string. Find that measure with the A in the middle of the second line. Starts down bow. 1, ready, play. Did you rock your bow? Did you hold that note for its entire value of 4 beats? Try it one more time. 1, ready, play. 2, 3. Awesome. Let's start at the beginning. So I'm going to start with my instrument down, the recital. I'm about to put my instrument up. Checking my posture. Good. My wrist is straight. My fingers are nice and curved. I have to start with the first finger on the A string. Good. My bow hand looks good. My pinky's curved. My thumb is bent. And I'm ready to play with my bow on the string. I'm reminding myself of my C naturals, except for that F sharp at the end that I have to remember to put down a high 2 or 3. 3-note slurs, and those few skips that we have in there. This one's really important to hold the values, the notes out for their entire value. All right, nice legato, smooth bow. 1, ready, play. 2, 3. Freeze. Then put your instrument down into the rest position and take a bow. If you have any questions that come up during the week in your preparation for the recital, after playing with me for a bit, playing from yourself, something that you're having trouble with, that you're struggling with, that you really want to make sure is really good for the recital, let us know. That's why we're here. Overall, I'm so proud of what we've been able to do. Look at all these songs that we've done that we can showcase our new skills. And I'll see you guys this Saturday. I can't wait to hear you.